Okay, now I'm seeing population. Chip, Tony, Donald, folks, James, okay. So who's on the?
Then we have 4.
Okay.
I'm on, Councilwoman.
Okay, very well. Thank you. Okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
We're coming out of our executive session, which was held earlier this evening, to discuss personnel and real estate and legal matters. Right now, I would like to first ask for someone to pray us in. I'll pray. Father God, we bless you and thank you for another opportunity, God, to do your will and your work. We just ask that all hearts and minds, Father God, are with and on one accord to move our city forward, Lord God, and that we hear your voice and follow your lead. God, we just pray that all that are represented, Father God, that you would give them health and clear their minds, God, allow them to hear you. God, we just want what's best for our city and for the people in it. So thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your loving kindness, your tender mercies. And it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Chief, your flag.
Yes, Madam President, if you want to lead us off.
Thank you, sir. I pledge
Pledge
allegiance
allegiance to the flag
To the flag
of the United States of
of the
America
United States of America
and to the
and to the
republic
republic for which it stands,
One
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God, indivisible,
with
with
liberty
liberty
and
and
justice
justice
for all.
Thank you. Once again, we're coming out of our executive. We discussed real estate, personnel, and legal matters. And at this time, I will acknowledge that Mr. Simpson and Councilwoman Green, as well as Councilperson Graves, are not in attendance. Councilwoman Green may be able to get on, but as of now, they are not in attendance. And if I could get a motion for approval of our February 22nd minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
I'll second.
Alameen and Mr. Folks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Full council, please. No, I'm sorry. First, are there any questions or comments regarding them? Full council, please.
Councilman Folks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hunt,
Yes.
Councilwoman Alameen, Councilwoman Alameen.
Yes.
Thank you. Councilwoman Lavender Norris.
Yes.
4-0 carries.
Thank you. Could I get a motion for approval of our accounts payable?
So moved.
I second.
Ms. Hunt, Mr. Foltz? Questions, comments? Full council, please.
Councilwoman Alameen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hunt,
Yes.
Councilman Foltz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lavender Norris.
Yes.
4-0 carries. Thank you.
Are additions, deletions, or modifications to the agenda? Are there any?
There's one deletion. It would be under presentations 4.2 Friends Association. We need to remove that.
Any others? We have also for additions, 7.5 would be the Palmer Park Pavilion, accepting the grant monies for that. And then 7.6, an agreement letter for Glencrest Road. That's an addition also. Okay, so that for the additions, deletions, and modifications, it's Councilwoman Alameen. And then I second that. Questions or comments? Full council, please.
Councilman Foltz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hunt,
Yes.
Councilwoman Alameen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lavender Norris.
Yes.
4-0 carries. Thank you.
On to presentations, 4.1 Revival Production.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Heather Grayberg, and I am the executive artistic producer of Revival Productions. We are located at 17 North Church Street, right on the west end of Coatesville. I'm very thankful to be here tonight. I'd like to thank James and Chip especially, who have been talking with me on this project. And if you're not familiar with us, we are an arts and culture organization dedicated to theater and performing arts education and performance. And we've had the opportunity to employ many people from the Coatesville area, as well as attracting people from Baltimore, Lancaster, Philadelphia, and New York to not just work for us, but also come to Coatesville as tourists. And a conversation started a couple of months ago with James about how Revival's vision is to be a socioeconomic catalyst for the community. And, you know, research tells us that where arts and culture abounds, we have a thriving quality of life, and additionally economic opportunities for businesses and everyone that surrounds the community. And we got to talking about wayfinding for arts and culture and how Coatesville can align with Revival and the endeavors that we're doing to bring positivity and tourist attraction and a general excitement for the things that we're doing and the events that we're producing all year long. So we've come up with a campaign in which Coatesville is saluting arts and culture. And the banner campaign is a way to showcase all that Revival has going on throughout the year. I'm not sure if you were given examples in your packets for tonight, but we have, it would basically be in place of where the current holiday banners were between 4th Avenue and Church Street. The standard size, I can't remember exactly what it was, but the same specs as what was for the holiday banners. And it would include our different shows, the sponsors of those shows, and also have the city seal on it, which shows support from the city of Coatesville. So by way of doing this, it's a great way for Coatesville to align with our initiatives of developing the city through arts and culture, but also honoring Coatesville and the reason.
Hey, how are you?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I was calling actually.
Excuse me.
Jackie,
Councilwoman Alameen, could you mute your line?
Thank you.
I'm sorry, proceed.
Sorry. The project would be fully funded by Revival Productions. So all of the banners are paid for by us and our sponsors. And the hope is that we would coordinate, of course, with the city. And I know the VFW also has banners. We would coordinate throughout the year, maybe changing placement and that sort of thing. But the hope would be to start mounting banners in the beginning of April, because we have our first show April 9th. And they would stay up through about January 1st of next year, because we have a very robust season ahead of us for 2021. We think it's a great way to get the city and patrons within the city excited, but also anyone passing through Coatesville will know that there's a great opportunity that awaits them in Coatesville through Revival Productions.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
if you guys had a chance to look in your packet, they are, okay, so they are in there, starting at page 3 of 9.
Right. Really nice looking banner.
Thank you.
They're
Yeah,
eye catching, vibrant.
Yes, we have a great graphic designer and just a great team that we believe in cohesiveness in our marketing and with the products we put forward. And, our programming is very diverse. And I think that in the given year, there's going to be a lot of things that anybody in the city of Coatesville, it's not just theater that we do. We have concerts, we have lessons and 15 summer camps and a lot of things to promote that really, I think, resonate with all different kinds of people in our community.
very
Are
good.
there any questions or comments from council? Excuse me.
I just want to thank Heather. If you haven't been over there, I would welcome everyone to take a tour. Check out the black box on the I don't know if it's the first floor or the basement floor.
The lower
But-
level, whatever.
Lower level. It's a great community theater, and I think, to Heather's point, it is going to attract a lot of new faces in the community. Young people love the arts, and we hopefully will be able to recruit, as Heather has done already, some of the students from our Coatesville High School, as well as elementary schools. You never know. So
Wonderful.
thank you, Heather.
Is there a time schedule that we could come through and look your hours that you're up there?
Yeah, so we're generally here on the regular 9 to 5, but right now there's rehearsal happening downstairs. So I recommend coming when rehearsals are, because they're a lot of fun. We're currently rehearsing Godspell, the musical, and Ruby, the story of Ruby Bridges.
Okay, awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And
Yeah,
Heather,
go ahead and shoot me an email whenever.
Thank you so
And,
much.
Heather, before you go, sorry, Councilwoman Hunt, I just want to ask Heather before she goes, can you just share with the public your COVID guidelines that you've been pretty much in compliance with?
Yes. So as odd as it is to say this, I'm very proud of what we've been able to do regarding COVID-19. We have not had a single outbreak since we opened in July. And so as far as what we've put in place on the normal day-to-day for lessons, we have a cohort academy, students that do their cyber learning here during the day, and we give them arts classes. But everyone is masked. We take temperatures upon arrival. We encourage distancing at all times. And then when it comes to the productions, of course, like we have different capacity levels that we're adhering to. But we ask everyone to order within their party, and they get pod seating. So you sit with your party and your distance from the other groups. And we're also asking cast members and crew members to get testing and be safe leading up into productions. We've done shows with masks. We are live streaming. We simulcasted to the backyard. I like to think that we're creatively adaptive, and it's worked because obviously the arts are one of the really hurting industries right now, but we have been clever and we've been safe the entire time. So we welcome you to join us for a production, either at home, watching, or in person, coming to a rehearsal, whatever you're interested in.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
This is
Heather.
exciting times. I appreciate your presentation.
Yes.
And we as a city, as a whole, look forward to coming through, enjoying the show, and just enjoying the city of Coatesville. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. On to our discussion items. Do we have any discussion regarding our meeting minutes? Okay, parks and special event application.
Yes. Item 5.2, Park Special Event Applications. I just wanted to bring this up for discussion with our council members. You all know that we have suspended our special event applications in the wake of COVID pandemic. It's been a little bit more than a year, close to, a little bit more than a year now. And now as things are beginning to open up, vaccinations are beginning to get into arms. A number of people have been calling. We've been talking to other municipalities and seeing what they're doing in terms of opening their parks and accepting league play as well as outdoor events. And I wanted to put this before you for your consideration to allow us to have a reopening to accept our special event applications. Maybe we can do it in stages. Maybe we can do it on instead of 100%, maybe we can do it at 50%. But I would like for you to consider allowing the city to accept applications starting in the month of April or May.
Okay.
Okay.
Council, what say you?
Have we had a recent update on our COVID tracings here in the city? Do we know where we are?
I have, I'll have the report for you, but I can jump to that if you'd like me to.
Yeah, I would like to, since we're discussing this, if you would,
Okay.
please.
No problem. As of today, we have 949 positive cases, up from 28 2 weeks ago. I'm very pleased to report that we've had no additional deaths. We remain at 12. The county, we are at 28,700 positive cases and 722 deaths. 214,000 tests have been performed. 44,000 first vaccines and 21,200 vaccines. And you all know where the county is going right now as far as the news, trying to get the state to get some distribution out to us. So where we are now is we're up 28 in 2 weeks, which is down from the 54 the 2 weeks prior. So we are seeing numbers drop in the city of Coatesville.
Okay. Do we have any idea of how many of our residents? Is there any way to know how many Coatesville residents have been vaccinated with at least the first dose? Do we have any idea or any way of tracking that?
I've been looking at the county information and they're not giving a zip code breakdown like they are for the incidences of being reported positive or not.
Okay.
I can certainly try and reach out to the health department tomorrow if you'd like and see if I can find an answer for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And part of that is somewhat hard to do, Councilwoman.
Okay.
Partly because, there was just last week, there were a few places that were actually reaching out to people and letting them know that they had vaccines and they can come and get vaccinated. So maybe some of our residents were going to neighboring communities and just to get their vaccination.
You know,
Okay.
They would have to go to neighboring communities because we don't have a site yet.
Right, in the city.
yeah, but
Exactly. Yeah.
you know, there are vaccines at Rite Aid. I got my first shot. I get my second shot next week, right here in Rite Aid. But I just found out today
5,000 square feet.
that well,
Union
Senior-
Hall.
Senior
not
Center.
Union Hall, but Coatesville Senior Center is going to start next week. 150 a day, and they're going to
Okay.
be used for 2 days.
Okay.
So I just heard that this morning.
All right, let me reach out to the health department. We'll see if we can get some kind of data. If not, we'll get back to it. There is no data, and I can verify where there's going to be some locations here in the next couple of weeks, like Councilman Folk says there will be. I'll get back with you all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So like I said, Rite Aid, either up the airport or right here in town, you got to go to the website, but they are giving out shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the special events. How do y'all feel about that?
I agree with it.
Yeah, I mean, as long as, you know, people are taking precautions, they're getting
Mhm.
their vaccines, and our numbers are pretty stable. And we open, I would say in stages. I don't agree with the 100%, but open in stages and see how it works. I'm okay with it.
Very well.
I'm fine
Councilwoman
with it
Alameda?
as well, as long as we do it in stages. I don't
Right,
just
right.
want to go
Right,
full force 100% at one time.
Not Texas.
I agree. Yes.
Okay, how about the basketball rim?
All right, thank you. So this is kind of a continuation of the first request, just to accept special event applications. We do have, as I mentioned earlier, we have teams that are forming league play for the spring and summer. Part of those requests, we have a basketball league that was pretty much shut down. If many of you may have been following some of the high school and college teams, you notice that our local high schools have been playing. All of the players are playing with masks, as well as some of the field events. We have a rugby team that's been waiting patiently for us to get back to them. They have guidelines that their particular league requires them to follow. So one of the things that I had recommended to this particular league team was to, when they submit their special event applications, we would also like a copy of their COVID guidelines. And it's not that I'm going to go out there and enforce it, but I just like to see it. I like to see what some of the other league teams are bringing to the table in terms of their COVID guidelines and prevention. So this is part of accepting these special event applications, and in this particular case, because we do have basketball leagues, I am asking that we reinstall our basketball courts so these leagues can actually happen this year.
Very well. Any questions, comments regarding the,
I do have one. So Mr. Logan, with the basketball tournaments and all of that, they would have to follow the percentage that's in the guidelines from the state, from the governor, with how many people that are within a certain amount of feet, right? I mean, it just couldn't be.
Nothing changes. Still the social distancing, still the mask wearing. If I think our numbers may be at 50 as far as outdoor gathering.
Yeah, but it depends, Mr. Verway, isn't it within 50 within a specified amount of space?
The governor's guidelines of the outdoors was one of the numbers they gave. If there isn't a specific allocation of number of people for that given space, that works out to about 67 people per 1,000 square feet. And they have to remain socially distanced. So you could probably have the league, a league play, but you wouldn't be able to have, for example, spectators or that kind of thing unless they were spaced, appropriately spaced with social distancing and masking.
As long as we're following those guidelines, then I wouldn't have an issue with it.
Okay, on to citizens hearings. Do we have any citizens hearing?
No, there are none.
Thank you. So I need a motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
Full council, please.
Councilwoman Alameen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hunt,
Yes.
Councilman Foltz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lavender Norris.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. On to our regular action items. 7.1. Read and consider for second reading and adoption an ordinance, the city of Coatesville, to lease the city's property located at 201 Mount Airy Road, Valley Township, County of Chester, UPI number 38-2-30, to Trina Solar, US SBU LLC, for purposes of constructing and operating a solar energy generation facility for a 20-year term. The options for 2 5-year extensions with an annual rental payment of not less than $62,500 and payment of rents commencing at the start of construction of the solar facility and continuing annually on the anniversary date thereof for the term of the lease. Could I get a motion?
I make that motion.
I'll second.
Questions or comments? Full council, please.
Councilman Foltz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hunt,
Yes.
thank you. Councilwoman Alameen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lavender Norris.
Yes.
Thank you.
7.2, receive and consider Revival Productions banner campaign. Could I get a motion?
I make that motion.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Question, comment? Full council, please.
Councilwoman Alameen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hunt,
Yes.
Councilman Foltz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lavender Norris.
Yes.
4-0 carries. Thank you.
7.3, receive and consider the special event applications being opened. Could I get a motion?
So big.
So moved.
Is there a
Thank you.
second?
That was Mrs. Hunt.
Yes.
I second.
Thank you.
Questions, comments?
Yes. Could we, if it's acceptable to the other council members, when it just says receive and consider special event applications, can we put something in there, the same as Councilwoman Hunt said, along with myself, that we would do it on a gradual basis. We just wouldn't.
Madam President, if the council member making the motion wishes to amend their motion and the second will agree, you can amend the motion to state that it's a motion to consider reinstatement of special event applications on a staggered basis, as set by the city manager.
So I would make a motion to amend. Oh, does it have to be the two that?
Yeah. Yes. Mrs. Hunt made the motion and you seconded, right?
No, it was
Okay.
Councilwoman Hunt and Councilman Folks.
Okay.
Okay, so I need to
Yeah,
okay, so I'll make a motion that we accept as long as we are doing it with the gradual participation. Is that right? Is that something how you want it?
That
Yeah,
should work.
for me.
That should work, Mrs. Hunt.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
He
I'll
said that'll
second.
work.
Okay,
And Mr. Folks, did you second that?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
Full council. Please.
Councilman Folks,
yes,
Councilwoman Hunt,
yes,
Councilwoman Alameen,
Yes,
Councilwoman Lavender Norris,
Yes.
4-0 carries. Thank you.
Receive and consider the basketball rims being reinstalled. Could I get a motion?
Madam President,
Yeah.
I apologize for interrupting.
No
but,
problem.
In foreseeing, and based upon the earlier conversation, the motion may be the person making the motion may want to state it as reinstalling basketball rims subject to required social distancing and masking as
Sounds
set by
good.
the governor.
okay.
So noted. Okay, so let me say this again. Receive and consider basketball rims being reinstalled subject to COVID guidelines, mask and social distance.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Questions, comments? Full council, please.
Councilwoman Alameen,
Yes,
Councilwoman Hunt,
Yes,
Councilman Folks,
yes,
Councilwoman Lavender Norris,
Yes,
4-0 carries. Thank you.
thank you. 7.5 Palmer Park Pavilion. Could I get a motion?
I
so
make-
moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Logan or Mr. Houston, could you expound for the public's knowledge, please?
Sure. As part of the Palmer Park Phase 2 completion project, the Brandywine Health Foundation was generous enough to submit an application to Arso Middle for a project grant in the amount of $25,000. That grant was awarded to the Brandywine Health Foundation. And as I mentioned, as part of the Phase 2 of Palmer Park, the donation was to purchase an outdoor pavilion. And the outdoor pavilion was posted, I should say the actual pavilion itself was searched at the PA CoStar. So we went through the proper channels. PA CoStar was also recommended by the DCNR grant representative. And we did identify a pavilion And the amount of the pavilion is $17,875, which I would just like to get a approval to purchase the pavilion with the grant money that's been awarded to the Brandywine Health Foundation. They will in turn turn it over to the city of Coatesville.
Make that motion.
It's already been motioned.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted him to expound for public knowledge. But if you have any question or comments now.
No, I'm happy for Palmer Park.
Absolutely.
The kids and the families down there are really gonna love that park. They love it now. I mean, so they've been keeping an eye on it and try to keep the riffraff out. So I'm proud of them residents down there that are protecting their park. So yeah, that'd be a big addition. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, co-counsel, please.
Councilman Folks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hunt,
Yes.
Councilwoman Alameen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lavender Norris,
Yes.
4-0 carries. Thank you.
7.6. The agreement letter for Glencrest Road. Could I get a motion?
Make a motion.
Is there a second? I'll make that second.
I'll say, okay, you got it. Yeah.
Questions, first, please, gentlemen, Mr. Logan or Mr. Houston, expound here, please.
I'll take that one. The basin up on Millview neighborhood off of Glencrest has gotten into a situation where it needs to be retrofitted and repaired. And the process started about 2 years ago, working with the DEP and our engineers to apply for a grant through the DEP to do the repairs and the retrofit. Where we are now is the total cost of the project is $446,000. The DEP has awarded us $300,000. The damage on the area where the work needs to be done crosses from Coatesville into Valley Townships. So in negotiation with Valley Township, we've agreed to split that $146,000 difference between both townships. So the letter is basically an agreement letter going to the DEP saying that Valley and Coatesville are in agreement to share the remainder, each $73,207 between each one to get this basin retrofitted and up to basically what is today's code for basin water retention. That's what this project is about.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, are there any questions or comments from council? Full council, please.
Councilwoman Alameen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hunt,
Yes.
Councilman Folks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lavender Norris,
Yes.
4-0 carries. Thank you.
Could I get a motion to close?
I make that motion.
I'll second.
Full council, please.
Councilman Folks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hunt,
Yes.
Councilwoman Alameen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lavender Norris,
Yes.
4-0 carries. Thank you.
Okay, on to our solicitors report.
Good evening, Madam President. Earlier this evening during our executive session, we discussed a number of issues that were the subject of attorney-client privilege. But since our last meeting, I worked on a number of issues related to, I worked with the council for the RDA on issues related to proposed development of the flats. I worked on matters related to real estate owned by the city of Coatesville. I've addressed issues related to taxation of certain real estate, certain exemptions, and recovery of certain taxes due and owing. I've also worked and addressed issues related to zoning and codes within the city of Coatesville. Unless there are any questions, Madam President, that is my report.
Are there any questions for Mr. Verway? Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Mr. Logan, your report, sir?
Thank you. I only have a few items to add tonight from my previous report from February 22nd. Weather's starting to warm up. Spring season is going to bring a series of construction and restoration projects here in the city of Coatesville. Many of the residents and folks have noticed that PECO and PA American Water, they're doing a lot of work. They will resume work throughout the city, giving way to new road work and repairs. So as the weather warms up, we're going to see a lot more activity going on. I mentioned 2 weeks ago, the 3082 realignment construction. That will resume hopefully towards the end of this month. We're excited about that. And, as I said earlier, it's just a lot of activity going on. We have a number of investors that have renewed their interest in the city of Coatesville. Just a reminder, we are in an opportunity zone. We welcome investors and builders, not only from the outside region, but also here in Coatesville. We have a number of entrepreneurs in this community that I'm excited to work with. I'm looking forward to bringing their particular businesses to some of our vacant storefronts here in the community. Working with Second Century Alliance, Urias Cole, and Sonny Hunsinger to make these particular initiatives happen. And we're just excited, On the vaccine front, Mr. Folks mentioned that vaccination centers are being identified throughout the city of Coatesville. He did mention that the Brandywine Valley Active Aging, formerly known as the Coatesville Senior Center, beginning tomorrow, they will start their vaccinations. You do have to make a registration. You can either call them directly or you can go onto the Chester County Health Department's website. If you happen to just walk up, I'm sure they will instruct you on how to proceed. They may even accept you. I don't know. But the vaccination center will open tomorrow. That is March 9th, yes. Over at the Brandywine Valley Active Aging, formerly known as the Coatesville Senior Center, that's 3rd Avenue and Martin Luther King. This is for seniors. So if you are not a senior, then you might want to just go to the Chester County Health Department website and click on the registration, see if you can get an appointment. Other than that, that's about all I have right now. I think, and this is just a personal note, I just want to thank council members. I know that some of these things that I bring to you related to COVID and opening our parks and allowing us to accept these special event applications, it's a delicate balance, and I applaud you on your leadership in allowing us to provide a quality of life for our residents. Our residents are very aware of the guidelines, and I've seen a lot of people out wearing masks all times, and I think they are, they're trying to be very vigilant in protecting themselves as well as their loved ones. So allowing them to get into the parks, participate in their sports, I think it's going to be a tremendous lift for them. For all of you parents that have been so nice to your kids and you brought those mobile basketball courts and you have them up in the alleys, take them down. As much as our public works guys and our police department love putting them up for you guys, we really don't want to do it that much more. But when our parks get the rims, we'll love to see you kids back out there playing basketball at a safe distance. Bring your wipes. Make sure you clean your hands after you ball out there, and just want you guys to have fun. So with that, I'll turn it over to Chip.
Thank you, James. Part of the assistance report I've already given you all, the COVID update. If you'd like me to repeat that, I can. We also talked a little bit about the Millview Basin and the letter you just approved. Where we are right now, in addition to that letter, is that we are working with the county. We've met with the county for a possible grant to help cover some of that. So we're looking to find sources of funds to try and close that gap, along with the partnership with Valley Township. So that's kind of a quick update on Millview. James talked about infrastructure going on. We had a first meeting with an infrastructure company. We met yesterday with Pennsylvania American Water to get an idea of what their plans are for coming up here in the next season. The interesting numbers that we got was, to date, they've replaced between 8 and 10 miles of pipe in the city. There are 2 major projects that could be coming along, and that is the upgrade of the pump house on 10th and Oak Street. If you didn't know there's a pump house, it's because it's actually underground. And then the water main around Harmony and 6th Avenue needs to be replaced. So those are 2 projects that they came to us and let us know what's going to happen probably this spring. They're also planning on doing camera analysis of the system over the next few years. They'll run a camera down in through the pipes to see if there's any cracks or leaks or what kind of condition they're in. That'll be a long-term plan. And they're also looking into the water requirements for the new proposed apartments that you all heard about up on Adams, along with Pannoni and the builder, and what kind of upgrades they'll need there. Interesting, talking to PA American Water, is there actually a little known fact. Inside the pipes are what they call data loggers, D-A-T-A, data loggers. And they actually alert Pennsylvania American Water to a leak in the system. It listens for the changes in the noise that flowing water makes. So in your underground pipes, there's listening devices, I guess, that would tell you that there's a pipe problem in the system. We're hoping to get these same meetings with PennDOT, PECO, Comcast, and Verizon just to see what our infrastructure guys are doing out there that may be impacting our community and our citizens. Natural Lands Trust, they are working on the draft master plan for Ash Park. It will be ready here in a couple of weeks. We'll have a draft ready for review and out for the public to see. I think April 17th is the date that they were talking about. That'll be weather permitting. You just approved the gazebo for Palmer Park. Phases 2 and 3 will be beginning here in the next couple of months, or actually a few weeks if that's the case. So phase 2 and phase 3 will begin soon. As far as the departments within the city, the fire department had 15 service calls in the last 2 weeks and 1 fire inspection. The codes department had 2 zoning appeal requests. One will go under review at the end of this month. The other one is pending. The codes department released 24 rental licenses, 2 vacant property applications, 2 plumbing permits, 3 electrical permits, a mechanical permit, and 1 complete building permit this past 2 weeks. The other part of codes, as James said, we have rules in the city. It is what it is sometimes. We had 28 quality of life warnings issued. The bulk of them are for upholstered furniture on your porches. It is actually, you can't have upholstered furniture out. You need to have actual true outdoor furniture on your patios. There were also 12 citizen complaints filed and investigated by the codes department the last 2 weeks. As far as public works, somebody walked in my office a little while ago and said, there's no more snow this year. That's probably a jinx, but right now we are kind of hopefully winding down snow removal and working towards getting our spring equipment ready for cutting grass, weed whacking, and that type of thing, and also cleaning up the parks. So that will be coming soon, as well as pothole filling with coal patch as the asphalt companies do start waking up a little bit. One final note for you on my report is it is time change this weekend. So check your batteries, do the things you need to do as we spring forward for 1 hour. And I know we have a lot of churches in this city. Don't miss that hour. Your pastor will look down at you as you walk in that back door, sneaking into the back pews. So, don't forget to set your clocks on Saturday night forward 1 hour. All right. So thank you. That's my report for tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Where'd you get them from?
What's that?
Hey, Chip.
Yeah.
Check out Pico, because I heard there's going to be a roaming blackout distant stages of the city. I heard something like that. So maybe you can get in touch and see if that's going to happen and when that's going to happen.
Okay. Did we have any problems with today's pole replacement?
No, they actually came in on this weekend with no complaints. They did their job, got out. It was great. I was out there with them. They know me by name now. And, but they did their job and was out. So, you know, they say, here he comes. Yeah, that's right. How long you gonna be there? What time you getting out?
All right.
But thank you, Chip.
So between the blackouts, and I also had a citizen complaint that they still have left some of the old poles there in place.
Yeah, well, they got to come back and take them out. I mean,
Okay.
they installed about, I don't know, 8, 9 poles. The old ones are still there. They're still got to move
All
some
right.
wires, but
fine.
they
I'll verify when they plan on getting the poles out of there.
okay.
Okay. Thank you, Councilman.
No, thank you.
No problem.
Excuse me, can I, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, President. I just want to make one just program note. Our lobby hours have been from 10 to 3 for several months now due to COVID. But because tomorrow is the last day for those individuals who are going to be participating in 2021 elections, we will keep our lobby hours open till 5 p.m. so that you can get their, so that they can get their paperwork in. Just want to make sure people know that.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Chief?
Thank you, Madam President. Statistical package is included in the council's packets. Just a couple highlights. February being a shorter month, our 911 calls were down from 1429 for January to 1197 for February. And calls for service through the police department went from 2,306 for January to 1995 for February. Just some additional notes. We had 1 Narcan save for the month of February. We had 2 car seat installs. We only have 4 car seats remaining in stock for this grant cycle. We have made application for 2021 for 100 more car seats, which will carry us through 2021. So that means we installed and gave away approximately 100 car seats in 2020.
Wonderful.
Also, I'd like to thank Councilwoman Alameen for putting us in touch with the imam from the Merchant Street Mosque. We had a nice meeting. He came in and sat down with our leadership, all of our supervisors here at the police department, and then also came back for a change of shift at 6 o'clock in the evening and spoke to the incoming platoon and the outgoing platoon. Just to establish dialogue and begin communication in between the police department and our Muslim neighbors here in the city. So we're looking forward to continue conversation. I know the imam is coming back to catch the other 2 platoons at another change of shift here coming up in the near future. So we appreciate Councilwoman Alameen making that happen for us. We also continue to participate in the Race and Justice Task Force with the District Attorney's Office. We had one meeting this month, along with the viewing or screening of a Walking While Black video. That was very well attended with over 300 people in attendance in a Zoom format. Also, we want to thank Chrissy Houlihan, our U.S. representative, who presented us last Friday, presented the police department with a certificate of special recognition from the Congress. A nice honor for the City of Coatesville Police Department, just recognizing our contribution to the community and our continued support of community programs which further our community policing initiative here in the City of Coatesville. So we want to thank her for that special recognition coming from the U.S. Congress. And that's all I have this evening, Madam President.
Thank you. Caught me writing. Thank you so much, Chief. Do we? No special event. We're on to our council comments.
Oh, I'm sorry. Madam President,
Yeah.
I think we have citizens hearings, non-agenda items.
I'm sorry, do we have any?
I have one question from AH. It's just asking, does Coatesville offer senior discounts for trash and sewer bill?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, Ruthann?
It's a question from AH. Does Coatesville offer senior discounts for trash and sewer bills?
We offer senior discounts for trash and sewer bill. I don't think we do, but Rich, can you confirm that?
I can confirm that we do not offer for the trash, solid waste, and for the record, we don't handle the sewer.
Thank you.
That was all.
Thank you so much.
May I
Okay. Excuse me?
speak? I was wondering if I could say something. I'm
Who are you?
Meg Moyer with Chester County OIC. And Joyce Chester had asked me just to come on and introduce myself and let you guys know that we'll be starting some renovations at the building in the next couple of weeks. And we just wanted to let the city know. That's all.
Very well. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we did receive the building plans. Thank you.
Okay, now on to council comment.
Sorry, President.
No problem.
We have to close citizens hearings.
Did we? Jesus, we did have them.
Full council.
I'll make that motion.
Let me
I'd
say,
second.
well, let me say that I'm excited because I keep cutting my eye at the clock and it's like only 8:30 and we are moving right along. Thank you. Okay, so Councilwoman Alameen made the motion. Who seconded?
I did.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Vogt. Oh,
Council. Thank you. Councilwoman Alameen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hunt,
Yes.
Councilman Folks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lavender North.
absolutely.
Thank you. 4-0 carries.
One more time, y'all. We're running to the finish line. And all right, Councilman Folk,
Oh, no.
speak to him, brother. Please.
You know, when my dream for this city is to my dream for this city to have something for our kids. If we can have a community center that they can go to and be in a safe place. We don't have that. We haven't had one of them in years. You know, when I was small, my dad had bought my sister a bicycle. And I cried and I went to Dad and he told me, I asked him why he didn't buy me that bicycle like he bought my sister. And he said, because you didn't ask. So on that note, Oprah Winfrey, Taylor Swift, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Jeffrey Lurie, Rip Hamilton. Can you help out a little black boy? A little white girl? A Spanish speaking girl? Or a Spanish speaking boy? They said if you don't ask, you don't get. So I'm asking you to help my city, to help our children. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Councilwoman Alameen.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out that attends on Zoom and on the YouTube. I look forward to helping the city continue to move forward. I do have one question for you, Chief. Thank you so much for allowing the imam to come and speak with your officers. He did put in an application to become a chaplain as well. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. And we'll have him attend the next available chaplaincy class.
I'm sorry.
Yes, that is correct. And we're looking to get him in the next chaplain class, which is a requirement to, become a chaplain, is to just complete a 2-day class.
Okay. All right. Well, I just wanted to double check on that, and thank you so much for allowing him the opportunity to do that. In this city, we have all different walks of life. And so I think the more we represent everybody, the better we do. So thank you for opening that door up. I really, really appreciate it. And just thank you to all the staff for everything that they do. And have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Hunt?
Good evening, everyone. Again, I want to say thank you for attending our meeting and hanging out with you. Thank everyone for your presentations. The city is moving forward and things are looking bright. I'm excited about the revival here in the city. I look forward to attending some of their productions. Again, as always, I want to thank our staff for the great job that you're doing. And to my colleagues, it's always a pleasure to work together and try to move the city forward. Everyone, please have a good night. God bless each of you, and thanks for everything. Good night.
I also want to say thank you to all who have tuned in and shown interest. We're working together to make things better for everyone. And your input, your comments, your questions, we deeply appreciate because they help to sharpen us. So we appreciate it, and please don't hesitate to question or comment during the meeting. And if you can't, then by all means, send us an email or make a phone call and put forth your questions, concerns, what have you. We're glad to hear from you, and even more glad to have the opportunity to make things better for you. Chief, I want to say congratulations to you and the department for your honors. I think they're very well deserved, and I'm truly grateful, and I know that the city has been blessed to be under, for the department to be under your leadership, and for all the positive changes you've made here, even to the extent of the car seats. So, and the Narcan goes without saying. So thank you for all that you've done. It's greatly appreciated. To our manager, our assistant manager, our solicitor, finance director, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a pleasure and a blessing to be able to step back and see the work going forward. And anything we as a council, I will dare to say anything where we as a council can support you, we're here for you. Ruth Ann, you keep it going, and you are also greatly appreciated, oftentimes overlooked, but always looked for at the same time when we need help. So thank you so much, Ruth Ann. And with that being said, for our council members that were not able to attend, please keep them in your prayers. We all have individual lives and issues that we have to deal with. So be mindful of them when you say your prayers this evening. Call their names out. Councilwoman Green, Councilman Simpson, and Councilmember Graves. Thank you so very much. And God bless you all. Please be safe in your endeavors. You know, wear your mask, keep your distance, and just be careful. Be careful. While the numbers are going down for the most part, people are getting vaccinated, but now's not the time to take off your mask and give everybody a big hug. These are the crucial points in time. So let's be safe, let's be mindful, and I look forward to the time when we can all get together face to face in one room and strategize on what our next step will be in progressing our city forward. Thank you so very much. Could I get a motion to close?
So moved.
I'll second. Have a good night. Poll council.
Council, please.
Mr. Folks is a mess.
Thank
Say hi to my sister.
Say hi.
That's what I
Mr.
did.
Logan, you're on mute.
You're on mute, Mr. Logan.
Thank you. Councilman Folks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hunt,
Yes.
Councilwoman Alameen,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lavin North.
No, it's a little too early to get off.
Girl, you better go on.
God bless, and everybody have a wonderful evening.
Great evening, everyone. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Tony, you're there, right?
How you been, Chief?
All right, Don, how about yourself?
No, not bad, man.
So just exactly what name are those linemen calling you?
Uh,
What'd you say?
I said,